Hello everyone and welcome to Mia Mas, my attempt at being a serious YouTuber and actually posting consistently. I know Mia Mas is not the most inspired name, but it's evocative and I do like that if I translate it into Spanish it means more Mia, so just indulge me. Here we have my winter makeup picks, which are of course influenced by the way I do my makeup in winter. I usually go for very bold dark eyes or a duochrome all over the lid, smoked out into the crease, and a simple lip, or I go very dark and vampy on the lips and simple on the eyes. It's all about balance in all things, as it should be. We'll start with the Lonesome highlighter. This is the Makeup Forever Profusion highlighter, and I believe this is the number 01. So the icier version of this highlighter, they also have a gold one. What I really like about this is that it is not too white, but it's not too warm. So it kind of goes with any blush. This is how it looks like swatched. It doesn't overpower the blush, it just gives a beautiful wet looking sheen to the skin. It's not glittery, it's not shimmery, it's just reflective. And I do think that Makeup Forever are a classic for a reason. Putting that aside, let's move on to powder. I am very dry skinned and I don't really produce much oil, so I'm safe from America invading me as part of their foreign policy, that's for sure. But I do feel the need for a bit of mattness sometimes. And this is the Sephora collection Set, Prep and Beauty Amplifier powder thingy. So what I really like about this is how this is so smooth, and it looks white right now, but it's translucent actually, and it brightens up a bit. It also minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines, and it keeps me matte without making me look dry. I like this as a finishing powder. The texture of this is really interesting. It almost feels creamy. It's a really interesting little product and I do love it and recommend it. Let's talk about blush. So because I either go bare lips or strong lips, it's either all or nothing, basically. And my pick for the nothing category is the Zoeva Moonlit blush. This is how it looks like. It's a very demure sort of flush on the cheeks. It's not too rosy, but it's not too neutral either. So it does look like you just got a little bit of something going on. It's not necessarily bitten by the cold or by the wind, but it does provide a sort of dimension to the face that offsets nicely a very strong lip. I wear a lot of red lipstick in winter, and basically this blush I only use when I wear a red lip. I don't know why, I never pull for it in any other occasion, and it's been sitting in my collection for years because it's my one blush of choice when wearing any type of red lip. And this is the Sleek blush in rose gold, which I bought because I read somewhere that it was a NARS orgasm dupe. This is a very dry, almost scratchy formula, and it was like this ever since the beginning, and this is how it looks like. It can get really crazy on my skin really fucking fast. So what I do is just I take a very fluffy pointed powder brush and I just tap it a bit on the powder itself and then lightly apply a dusting of it on the cheeks. It just makes me look like I came out of a painting, and it is the perfect, like, I just was out asking people to build a snowman and fighting with snow all day type of look for me. Speaking of red lips, this is the Revlon, what are these called? HD lip gels, and this is in Rhubarb. And I've also got the Colourpop Villains Collection lip gloss, and this one is in Bad Apple. The Revlon formula is very creamy, light and airy. It's of course not transfer proof. It's a gel type of formula, but it's a very beautiful red, and I do love the contrast. I love the formula. It doesn't dry out the lips, which is very important for me in the winter. I've got other reds that are darker and deeper, but they either dry out the lips, so I use them for special occasions, or they're discontinued, so we're not going to talk about those. Another red that I really enjoy is the Spicy Sangria 130 from Maybelline. And this one is a much deeper, darker red. I know the footage jumped around. I forgot to mention these. This is how it looks like. So it looks a much deeper, much more like a berry tone than the Revlon one. Let me swatch them for comparison. This is Revlon, this is Maybelline. The Colourpop lip gloss formula I really enjoy. The problem that I have with this is the applicator, which is the most annoying type of applicator in the existence of makeup. It's like this brush thingy that doesn't give me any control whatsoever, but the color really is beautiful and stunning. Look at that. It just makes my lips look so much bigger than they actually are, so plump and hydrated and luscious. And since it's windy and I wear my hair up a lot during winter, I am not afraid that it's just going to catch my hair in it. Then I also like the Neve Cosmetics Stay at Home from their La Vie en Dark line. These are basically lip pencils, but they can be used all over the lip. They can be used as eye pencils. They're very blendable, very creamy, very comfortable, very pigmented. Neve Cosmetics makes my fave lip pencil formula. So this is basically how this shade looks like. So very dark, witchy, vampy type of color. And as you can see, really easy to smudge out and use as a liner too. Sometimes what I'll do is put this on the lips and then rim my eyes with it and call it a day. Like minimalist winter witch vibes. Last but not least from the lip selection, this is the Clairins Lip Oil in Red Berry. It gets cold. My lips can handle it. I'm a dry bitch. This is great because it hydrates really nicely. It makes my lips look nice and plump, but it doesn't have that much color to it. It's just a little my lips, but a little bit redder, a bit better type of thing. So it goes with all of the dark eye looks that I enjoy so much. Let's talk eyeshadow, because my cats keep coming into this area and I don't want anything to be stepped on. Let's talk about this little trio over here. Can you tell that I have a type? Because I definitely can tell. I really like a blue-brown duochrome in the winter, especially when I've got nothing on my lips, just chapstick or maybe a little bit of gloss. I love just a blue-brown all over the lid and smoked out in the crease. This particular one is from Wet n Wild. It's from their Comfort Zone palette, the original. I depotted it. Honestly, you don't need this particular one. You can get any blue-brown. They're so common. You can find them everywhere. I assure you, you go into any makeup store, any makeup pigment, any indie site, and you'll trip over a blue-brown pigment. But I do love them because it makes you look like you put more effort into your look than you actually did, and then it adds just a little pinch of coldness, of blue, of turquoise when it hits the light, that it just reminds me so much of winter and of snow peeking through the cold ground. Like that contrast between freshly laid snow when it's not everything just buried yet, and like the tree trunks and the bare tree leaves and the dry leaves that are under that snow, the ground that's frozen over. It just, a blue-brown to me is the epitome of winter and late autumn. Another blue-brown sort of shade that I enjoy, this is Nabla Absinthe, and this has this one, as you can see, has a stronger flip than the Wet n Wild one, and it's more turquoise than blue. Again, the same principle applies here, the same me trying to be a poet for 2 minutes descriptions apply. It gives me the same beautiful feeling. And I like that when blended out, both of these just turn beautifully brown in the crease. The topper shade that I really enjoy is Colourpop Glass Bowl. This also has that sort of flip, but the base I find is much sheerer than the other two. So you can apply it as a topper everywhere. And as you can see, it's got this strong icy blue flip, much stronger than the other two. So I would use these ones as one look shades, but I would use Glass Bowl if I wanted to have a nothing but something special on my lids, or as an eyeshadow topper on other looks. The same icy feeling you get, but this one is a bit more pronounced. Lastly, for my strong makeup looks, I love nothing more than a little glittery eyeshadow on my lids. And this one is Nabla Waterdream. Beautiful on its own or as a topper. As you can see, it matches my skin perfectly, but just gives this sheen of freshly wet snow. It just looks like snow falling in the sky on my eyes, and I love it so much. A cream shadow that I really enjoy is the Sydney Grace. The name rubbed off, so I don't know it from the top of my head. I'll just insert it down there. This is beautiful with strong lips as well, because it's just this beautiful, not too warm, not too cool, gold taupe color. So it makes my eyes look just a little bit defined, just a little bit darker, just a little bit something magical, but without attracting too much attention to them. And you can see I just needed like the tiniest drop to get a big swatch, and it could go on. So this will last me a lifetime. This has a really nice formula. It doesn't crease or bunch up. It doesn't dry too fast, but it doesn't stay wet too long. So let's talk about this little guy. This is the Dr. Jart Cicapair color correcting treatment. And sometimes in the winter, I just don't want to deal with foundation. I woke up late. I just didn't want to roll out of bed because it's cold. So I just put a little bit of this on the areas where I have redness. This is basically all I need for one cheek and a half. It's very creamy, goes a long way, and basically, as you can see, it melts into the skin to be almost skin tone colored. You can see it here. I'm not sure how it would work on a darkened skin tone, but for someone that's my shade, it works perfectly to cover up any redness that I have. Okay guys, these have been my winter makeup picks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you to the rest of Miamas, if you're interested in the videos, of course. Have a great December, great holiday season, whatever holiday you may celebrate or not, if you're celebrating with family or friends or your pets or alone or whatever. I hope you guys have a wonderful winter. Bye.